that fantastic? Roger is great at delegating responsibility. Jim, here is his phalanx, his two machines out there. But during the month of May, he likes to get involved. He's often seen literally, physically directing his team. Both cars are now running very well. Earlier, they seemed to be subject to overtaking by any one of several of the March cars. Right now, they're in control.
What about the understeering or pushing problem they seem to have in the early goings? Does that look better?
They've adjusted it out of both cars, I reckon. You know, you can only be hypothesized sitting where we are, Jim, about the handling of a car, frankly. But right now, they seem to be handling very neutrally.
Okay, Al Unser, 2 seconds ahead of, well, Tom Steva. Tom Steva's moved into third behind the two Penske cars. Just out of the picture at the moment. Unser still first, Mir second.
Well, that makes Sneva the fastest moving car on the track at this point.
There he is. There's Tom Steva in car number 5, still looking for his first Indianapolis win. Both men in front of him have previously won.
Averaging 200 miles an hour roughly at this point.
Unbelievable speeds. It's the Indianapolis 500. More to come. Tom Steva right now moving up on Rick Mears. It's a battle for second place. Al Unser leads the race, but the fastest car at the moment is Tom Steva in third position, looking to go into second. Ahead of him, Rick Mears. And there goes Steva with the move down low. He's got him. Tom Steva into second place. He'll take out after Al Unser now. Al Unser Sr., that is, and of course there is an Al Unser Jr. in this race. Father and son combination for the first time in Indianapolis history.
You know, Rick Mears, seen here in the yellow car, has been thrashing along in the headwaters of this race all afternoon. Jim, but every time we see him, he's getting passed by somebody, basically. In other words, he seems to keep resurfacing at the front, but then he drops back.
Right now, he is dropping back towards Jeff Brabham, who is not very far behind him in his red, white, and blue car number 12. But here's the leader, Al Unser. His lead is being eroded quite quickly by the very quick car of Tom Steva.
Yeah, it certainly is.
And there, Brabham has passed Mears.
No, that was Derek Daly. That was Derek Daly from Ireland. He's being lapped. Yeah, they look very similar. Here's Steva overhauling Unser. I mean, he is just closing right in on him. It seems as if Steva is having his way right now with the Penske car.
But now Derek Daly's gotten in between the two lead cars.
Yeah, let's see. Now, Steva's been very quick off the turns. I would expect to see that same kind of thing and an easy pass on the straight.
Losing a little bit of ground to Unser right now.
Yeah, pretty decisive.
Got to get past Derek Daly. There he is, down low. Passing Derek Daly. Mackey right now is down with the chief of the operation, Roger.
Roger, it looks like Sneva's a real threat. Are you giving your drivers any instructions to ward it off, or are they on their own?
Well, Chris, it's only just past the 250-mile mark. To get into a big race right now would be foolish. Sneva's running strong. There's no question about it. We're just going to try to run our steady race and try to be there at 450 miles.
Sneva just went by your man. What do you feel about this inside?
Well, really, it doesn't mean anything. He was out ahead of us before, and I've been here before when you're leading the race. At this particular point, there's only 5 cars on the same lap, so, you know, that's amazing if there's only 5 of them still on the same lap. So what we got to do is run steady and run our normal race, and hopefully at the end we'll have enough to race Tom, and maybe he won't be around at the end. Who knows?
Do you think maybe the translation of that might be, I've got to think of something to catch Sneva?
No, I don't think so. I think Penske has seen Sneva finish second 3 times here. That's very much on his mind. Remember, Tom Sneva is a driver Penske dismissed from his team because he couldn't win enough races, is the way the story went, anyhow.
Well, he is really spreading out the lead now. He's just taken off from Al Unser. I'll tell you, if that car keeps running, they are going to have to think of something.
I guess you're right.
Bill Fleming now is down with Bobby Rahal, who had the bad luck. Bill?
I'm with Bobby Rahal, who at one time was leading this race in only his second Indy 500. Bobby, then all of a sudden you came in and you got out of your car. What happened?
Well, there's so much garbage on the track that a stone or something went through and hold the radiator. You know, and that's that.
When What do you mean garbage? Where's it coming from?
Well, there's so much stands, but it just, with these fences, it just stays in the track and it keeps going back and forth. But
Bobby, how did it feel to lead the Indy 500 out there all alone?
it felt great, but the one lap I wanted to lead, I couldn't.
That lap being the last one, of course. Al Unser into the pits in second place in the race.
Rahal,
Pits.
a genuine victim of bad luck, Jim. It doesn't often happen. Look at Unser trying to adjust his mirror. Now that is very bad if your rear view mirror gets sloppy like that, because when you're in traffic you just can't see what's happening. Both of them in there together, both very good stops.
Only an operation like Penske's could have both of his cars come in at the same time and each get perfect attention.
Or possibly George Bignotti's.
Now, here comes the leader into the pits. This is Tom Steva from the state of Washington. And again, as you pointed out, how smoothly he comes in.
And so very fast. Okay. Now, they are not changing the rubber on this car, so this could be a fast pit stop. They're just refueling it. Watch that pit time sign, and you will see exactly how long it takes, nothing goes wrong, to refuel an Indianapolis car. They put 40 gallons in 18 seconds. That's 40 gallons of fuel.
Getting out before the others come around, Tom Steva.
And that was 0 to 60 in probably about 2.5 seconds. No more than that.
Look at that crowd. 400,000 or more in place. The ones in the infield, let's face it, many of them can't see the race. Some of them don't care to. But those people in the seats number almost 250,000, and their attention is riveted on these race cars. Steva still the leader now with Unser, Rick Mears, and Jeff Brabham.
It takes them to the end of the back straight to get back up to 200 miles an hour.
From where you saw Steve at the front to Al at 4th Indianapolis on his 44th birthday today. Another look at the standings. We're going to take a break. There's still a long way to go, but we've passed the halfway mark. The race is official. Again, we return to Indy, where Tom Steva still leads the 500, followed by Al Unser. And look at Jeff Brabham has moved back into third place ahead of Rick Mears and is now looking ahead of him at Al Unser. This is remarkable. This young man started 26th position on the starting grid and now has moved up just beautifully into third. 17 seconds behind the leader. They're telling him from the pits. It was his father who came here in the early 60s and really started the so-called rear-engine revolution. These were the days of the great high old front-engine roadsters. And Jack Brabham, a world champion, came here in an underpowered 1.5-liter Formula One car. It was even green, which was a superstitiously bad luck color here. And when they watched him finish in the top 10, they learned their lesson. Now here is Jeff Brabham, the son, taking second place in the race.
And interestingly, Jim, he is driving an older model Penske. That is a Penske PC-10. The car he has just passed is a Penske PC-11. It makes you wonder if, in spite of all the preparation in Penske's team, his fine drivers, the great pit crews, that this year's design may not be quite as good even as last year's. Never mind as good as the Marches.
We have to start considering the possibility that Jeff Brabham could win this race. What an incredible upset that would be.